Have you ever written a note to yourself, quietly in a moment of reflection? Marcus Aurelius did, every day. He was the most powerful man in the Roman world. And yet, when the battles ended, when the Senate quieted, and when even the gods seemed distant, he picked up a pen and wrote. But he didn't write to impress. He didn't write for fame. He wrote to remind himself how to live. And maybe so should you. Part 1. The Habit of a Philosopher. King Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is not a book. At least, not in the way we think of books. It was never meant to be published. It wasn't crafted for applause or approval. It was a private journal, a collection of thoughts, reminders, corrections. It was Marcus writing to himself, again and again. He asked himself questions like, what is within my control? What would nature have me do? What if today were my last day? He reminded himself to be calm, humble, just, and strong, to resist anger, to overcome comfort, to live, as the Stoics say, according to nature. And what's powerful is that he didn't just think about these things. He wrote them down, in ink, with conviction, in the lonely corners of tents, palaces, and battlefields. Part 2. Why write to yourself? So why did Marcus write to himself? Because he knew your thoughts left unchecked are chaotic. The mind without discipline drifts. It rationalizes, it forgets. Writing is resistance, writing is clarity, writing is remembrance. Marcus wrote to remember what truly matters, to return to his principles, to challenge his excuses, to strip away the noise of the world and face the mirror of his own mind. When you write, you slow down your thinking. You externalize your confusion. You organize your soul. You become more honest, more humble, more human. And Marcus, he used writing not as a performance, but as practice. Daily, painful, beautiful practice. Part 3. Modern chaos, ancient solution. Now think about your life. Notifications, deadlines, scrolling, constant noise. Do you even have a moment that belongs only to you? Writing is how you take it back. A few minutes each morning, a simple notebook, just you and the truth. You don't need to be a philosopher king to do this. You just need to be willing to sit with yourself. Imagine what would happen if you started writing honestly every day, like Marcus did. What are you afraid of? What are you pretending not to see? What would your highest self do today? You might be shocked by what rises to the surface, or by how often you already know the right answer. You just needed to see it written in your own hand. Part 4. How to journal like Marcus. So how do we actually do it? Let's keep it simple, because Marcus did. 1. Write without an audience. This is not social media, not content. It's for your eyes only. Be raw, be flawed, be real. 2. Ask yourself hard questions. What am I avoiding? What virtue do I need more of today? What did I do yesterday that I regret? 3. Focus on principles, not perfection. Journaling is not about sounding wise. It's about becoming wise, slowly, steadily, truthfully. 4th, use it as daily alignment. You don't need pages, just one paragraph, a sentence, a reminder. Something like, today I will not be ruled by emotion. I will act with reason and kindness. 5. Return to it in the evening. Did you live as you intended? If not, why? This is the Stoic way. Not judgment, but correction. Part 5. The deeper power of self-writing. When you write to yourself like Marcus did, something powerful begins to shift. You become your own teacher, your own critic, your own friend. You begin to build a relationship with yourself that is deeper than distraction, stronger than fear. It's no longer about journaling. It's about becoming someone who seeks truth, someone who chooses responsibility over blame, clarity over comfort, purpose over popularity. Marcus Aurelius ruled millions, but he couldn't rule his own soul without confronting it first. And he did that with ink. What about you? Marcus never imagined that his journal would one day be read by millions. He wasn't trying to be a hero. He was trying to be a good man. He was trying to remember what truly matters, to resist the pull of ego, emotion, and ambition, to keep himself anchored in virtue. And that is why we remember him. So now I ask you, will you write to yourself? Not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to reflect, willing to grow, willing to become the kind of person you admire. Because if Marcus could take time each day to return to truth, then so can we. If this message resonated with you, take a moment, pick up a pen, write one honest line. And if you'd like more Stoic wisdom like this, subscribe and join the Stoic Mindset family. We're walking this path together, one reflection at a time.